Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Blue Collar Babes, where we make the 9 to 5 grind look fine. How you doing, Miss Melbay?
Doing good, doing great. How are you?
We're doing good, doing great, girl. Today we got a special guest. We'll be bringing him on shortly, but I'm go ahead and roll our intro and see what we have going on for tonight. All right. So I just want to throw out some disclaimers here. So if you guys are watching this on Facebook, just know you guys can go to Instagram if you want to be a part of the conversation and comment down below. But we can see that you guys are watching us from Facebook, but I will not be able to see your comments from Facebook. So if you go to YouTube and check out our YouTube channel, you guys can comment down there and we can be a part of the conversation. All right, Miss Melbay, what you got going on for us before I bring in our special guest?
Yes, also sorry for the delay. The Blue Collar Babes was busy, so sorry for the delay in starting tonight, but thank you for joining us and supporting us. Just gonna reintroduce myself. I am Mel Bay, and I am America's favorite male bae. You can find me on Instagram. My name is below Puerto Rican Pecan exclusively on Instagram, or you can now find me at YouTube at Blue Collar Babes. Do you want to do the quick intro and then I'll go into our weather for this week?
Yes, you guys can follow me on all social media platforms at ChimarraAli and at Sistory Healinghood. And tonight we have our special guest, Mr. Chuck. How are you doing tonight?
Top of the evening to you.
Top of the evening. All right. We're gonna get right into it. Miss Melbay, she's got the weather for us.
Boom. Okay, so coming to you live from Charlotte, where I am located. Yes, it's going to be hot. To keep it short and simple, it's going to be upper 90s all week this week. Shout out to the people in Houston. Also, it is also going to be hot as heck in Houston in the 90s. New York, shout out to everybody in New York. I have a lot of followers in New York, so shout out to y'all. It's going to be in the upper 90s until the middle of the week, and you guys are going to cool down into the 70s. And I do believe we had Chicago in there. I don't see it, but Chicago is also in the 90s. So yeah, we're having basically a heat wave across the United States. So make sure you leave some water outside for your mail carrier, or if you know when they come by, bring the water outside. Everybody stay hydrated, and be safe out there. And that's it for this week's weather with Mail Bay, formerly Weather Bay, or AKA Weather Bay.
Get it, girl. That's what I'm
You know
talking
me as Weather
about.
Bay too. I'm also known as Weather Bay.
Weather
So
Bay. Share that
yeah,
motherfucker tour.
yeah.
All right. Well, we're not gonna waste any more time since we was already running late because of me. I'll take full ownership of it. I'm an adult. But
It was our fault.
yeah, it was
I
a
was ready.
misunderstanding.
I was ready.
It was a
It's
misunderstanding.
usually my fault. So
All right, we already got some people in the comments. We got Vanessa, of course. Yup. NYC metro area. Shout out to you. Shout out to M3ZZ. Shout out to you.
A wind flow.
Bro, it's been windy as hell out here in the Windy City too.
It's not too windy out here in Charlotte.
Yeah, you got that good weather, girl.
But when it's hot, I'll take some wind.
You said when
Because
it's
then
hot,
it's just straight hot.
Yeah, it'd be all right. We'll be all right. But thank you for doing the weather, and thank you for putting that shout out to the mail carriers, because I definitely take the bottles of water. Take the bottles of water if you're a mail carrier, because you never know when the next mail carrier be on their motherfucking deathbed, ready to die out there in them streets like me the other day. And if I didn't get those bottles of water, I wouldn't be here right now. So thank you. Thank you. Okay. So our topic today, hold on, let me get to our motherfucking topics. I'm in here cussing. I'm cussing bad. Oh my gosh, that's so not professional. Oh yeah.
It's okay. We can, profanity is allowed.
Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Keep going. One second. Keep going.
That's fine. That's fine, Chuck. Let me remove this logo because I don't want it in my face when I'm trying to talk. So
okay. So before we get started, too, can we have a quick shout out to the hotline?
Yes, go ahead and do your shout out, girl, because.
Okay, well, before we get started, if anyone would like to call in to our hotline, the number is, did you list the number below? Yes,
yep, the number's below.
I can't see it, but the number is on the screen. So yes, if at any point in time you want to join in on the conversation and leave your feedback or comments or concerns, hit the hotline and you will reach us directly. You will be on live and people will be able to hear you. So don't say anything crazy or say something crazy, but you will be live and it will be recorded and it will be on YouTube later. And also shout out to Mr. Stanya Lane in Charlotte. Thank you for the shout out this past week. Everybody check out Mr. or stayinyourlane.tv on Instagram. I don't know if he's in the comments today, but shout out to Mr. Stay in Your Lane. Okay, so yes, let's go with today's topics.
I had to go get the phone since we got the motherfucking
yes,
shout out. I had it charging because girl, that motherfucker be buzzing off the line. All right. So the first question that I have, it's already on the screen, and it is, why are Black women the most undesirable for dating? Now, this is just what I hear with the statistics and a couple resources, but we are Black women, definitely we Black women. So, Chuck, what do you have to say about this question? How do you feel about this?
So, all right. It's a very difficult question. Like I love Black women for sure. Let me just say that. Let me preface this by saying I love Black women. Y'all are beautiful. I think y'all superior for sure. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like. I was just at an event where it was, Ghanaians, Nigerians, African Americans. It was beautiful. You know what I mean? It's something when y'all get out the car, it's like the mother of them all. You feel me? Like, and it's crazy that it is true that Black women seemingly are the least desirable, but y'all are the most copied. You know what I mean? At the same time, and I think a lot of it has to do with the narratives that has been put. You know what I'm saying, on TV. Black women are hard to deal with. Black women are always struggling. Black women, give you a hard time all the time. You know what I mean? I think those narratives have been just saturated across the world and has like inundated the minds of everyone, and it's become this thing like black women are difficult, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some black women that are difficult, and let me say this: there are some white women that are difficult. There are some Asian women that are difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's not just black women that can be difficult. I mean, if you're a human being, you have the ability to be difficult. It's not just centered around black women. And to answer the question, like I don't know, I know why, like I just said, because of the world. I think that it needs to be. I don't. We can't disband it. I mean, I would like to disband that theory. It's just gonna keep going. But I think the best thing for women to do, black women, is continue to shine, to keep being who they are. Um, and I feel like the right man will come around and adore you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like men who think that way, are punks to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to call them something else, but we on TV. But I feel like they punks, like for even thinking that way. You know what I'm saying? Like your mama black, your sister black, you got aunties. You feel me? Like, are they difficult, or are you just saying that because of what's been said on TV or what's been said in the news? And the sad thing, it's a sad thing. So if there's any men watching, black women are amazing, and you can't base, what you hear on TV with your own experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you can't base your own experiences on that every black woman is difficult. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
um,
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like it needs to be redefined with action. And you guys have been doing an amazing job, just being great, just being awesome, just all the things that black women are doing across the world right now, at a high
Oh
level.
shit. Oh shit.
It's being redefined. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all those compliments and everything. Before I go in there, Miss Melbay, how do you feel, being multi-race, ethnic woman?
Trifecta.
How do you feel about the trifecta? How do you feel about black women being the least desirable? Do you feel like you fall into that category, or
Um,
are you an exception to the rule?
I I'm not sure. I would say I'm slightly, but not really. I would say that as far as being desired, I'm definitely desired. And I do think that more so because I am of mixed race. I'm considered, or a lot of people classify me as exotic. So the desirability, or the desire is there, um, but value. Why are we the least valued?
Hmm.
I I I don't know why, but I would say that as far as what we can do, um, you know, as a collective, and what we need to teach our kids, and our daughters, is just to know our worth more. We definitely have, we have a lot of worth. I believe that, I'm not going to say the most educated group, but um, one of the most educated groups in America is the Black woman. And so I feel like, you know, the potential is there. And we're definitely up there as far as the most educated, but do we put ourselves up there as far as, um, just our worth? Mm, a lot of men desire us, but they don't see, like, they're not necessarily marrying us, but they will, have sex with us, they will have children with us. But when it comes down to the actual act of marriage itself, is where there's a disconnect. I don't think there's a disconnect with men and with our Black men, messing with Black women is just the marriage part, and correct me if I'm wrong, or whatever. But I think that a lot of it will have to start with us, and not being so easy with giving access to certain men who don't actually value us, who I guess just desire us, in a lustful way. Because we do possess great qualities, both above and below. Because we possess
True.
great qualities, we would be great. We make great partners, we make great wives, we make great mothers, we make great families. But we're not valuing how important, I guess, to us Black women ourselves. We're not putting a value on everything that we have to offer, and I feel like our Black men are not seeing that value. And so we end up being, you know, the last of the bunch, basically.
You
Um,
you know
That's deep.
you know it's it's so weird to hear this because the men that I'm around like don't think like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just so weird to hear. I know it's happening. I know it's happening that Black men have shown that they don't value Black women. I know it's out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's been in movies. It's just crazy to like hear it. Like, damn, like the men that I hang around, they just don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? They love and value Black women.
um,
So,
that's not the first time, that I've heard that either, as far as, the people sometimes I see a lot of men saying, well, I know, the people I'm around, they're not like that. There's a lot of them married and this and that. But I feel like that is more of the minority. The majority is more not married and less valued. So I feel like if you're in a certain group, if you happen to be in that group of, successful men, or, men with, certain morals and certain values, then that's, birds of a feather flock together. So if you're that kind of person and you surround yourself with those type of people, that's going to be your normal.
sure.
But
Yeah.
majority of people, in the Black community, we're not in those settings, we're not being raised in those settings to where we're seeing,
Hmm.
Black marriage.
Mm.
And so,
Mm.
you know,
You just said something that just made me think like I think there's so many dynamics to why this is a thing. And one of them is we just talked about family, like how you were raised, the demographic of, what I'm saying, just where you are. If you've never seen a healthy Black relationship, what I'm saying, if if you just never seen that or whatever, just your family dynamic could have a lot to, because sometimes people are products of their environment. You know what I'm saying? And so if they've never seen it before, they've never seen their dad value their mom or their grandfather value their grandmother or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it could just bleed over into their life as well, and they do the same thing. That's no excuse. I'm just saying, like, I'm just thinking of like where this is coming from, and I know it's coming from just different dynamics in people's lives for sure. And the media does a lot.
Well, I would say I feel like what Black women are the most undesirable because of our attitude and because of the way we are portrayed as being heavy masculine and lacking femininity, lacking sexual discipline. We're over sexualized. So there's lots of different key factors where I feel like Black women in particular are targeted. But also in the same breath, we definitely know that Black women, like you said, are the most mimicked. You know, we are the most coveted when it comes to our features and the way that we hold ourselves. We've had kingdoms copied from us. We have had leaders fall to our feet, you know, after meeting queens in Africa, you know, for the first time. You got King Solomon with Queen Sheba. Now that's a classic story of a Black woman holding the key of power and being like at the prime of of essence or whatever. But we have fallen so far from that. Now it is hard. We have things like, you know, the City Girls, Cardi B, we got Glorilla, we got these different women out here right now who are portrayed to us, our women, our children, to our men, and it just lowers the standard of who we are on, you know, as a race of women. But I will say I feel like other races also dictate the marketability of our desirability, if that makes any sense. Because other races do not like to deal with Black women that much neither. So there has to there has to be something within Black women where we're portraying something, you know, out there where men just do not desire us as much as they would desire an Asian woman or desire a Hispanic woman or a Caucasian woman or even an African woman.
I gotta ask you a question though, if I can. I'm sorry. This is your show.
Go ahead. We having a debate here.
No. So the question is, so are you saying, this is just a question, are you saying on one aspect that there is like, so society has created this narrative, but on the other side, Black women should take accountability for some of the shit that they do to make themselves undesirable? Is that what you're saying? This is a real question.
Bing, pow, boom. You get it. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
You gets it. That man gets it. So let me know what y'all think out there in the chat. If y'all watching on YouTube, make sure you guys please hit the like and subscribe button. If you like what we're doing here, if you guys like what you see, only if you like what you see here. If you're not feeling our channel and shit like that, then just keep it moving. But if you like what you see here and you want to support the Blue Collar Babes, please hit that subscribe button and holler at us. Follow us on YouTube.
I was gonna add
All right,
to that.
okay.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna add to it. If I remember.
I have a question. Go ahead. But go ahead.
No, you go ahead and ask because I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say.
The question is then, I'm sorry, because now we done opened up another door. The question is then, what is it that Black women are doing that you think makes themselves undesirable?
We do not respect our men.
Elaborate on that. And I'm saying it's not because I need to hear it. That's nobody get that from me. I
think as a collective group, I feel like we are the only group of women that say we are proud for being independent. We stand 10 toes down on the struggle. We are happy to be baby mamas and not wives. We are proud to be Section 8 princesses and live off of food stamps. We're the ones that gloat about that kind of lifestyle, even though we were not the ones who created those programs in the first place. We are not the ones who benefit the most off of having those lifestyle changes. So at the end of the day, I feel like the moment that our men left the homes for whatever reason, and we didn't fight to keep them back, and then when they started to come back in the later years, in the more recent years, we just disrespect them because we are so stuck with being in control. We're so stuck with trying to control the narrative of how we want the family to be. We can't relinquish power to a man. And every other race of woman does that besides us. We gonna nuck its butt, right? We gonna nuck its butt.
I need you to send me your address. I gotta send you some flowers tomorrow. You understand?
You gonna send the Blue Collar Babes some address because what you guys to say, because I know me and Mel Bay have talked about this because
shit.
we know that other women are out there being like this, and it makes it harder for women like us who are just who got our shit together. And
that goes back in there with the knowing our worth. Like we have a problem with respect with our men, but also we don't respect ourselves. We don't respect ourselves. We don't know our worth, and so boom. I mean, I think that's that's a big problem. How we represent ourselves shows, obviously not all of us, but shows a lack of respect for ourselves. I mean, like, the youth, and some not even just the youth, like, going around half naked, twerking.
No, it's hot. It's hot though.
No.
It be hot. It be hot. I'm grown. I can walk around here a little bit half naked sometimes.
I mean, not if it's hot outside and the setting is right. But I mean, you don't need it just because it's hot. You don't need to, you don't need to.
But Taanya, Puerto Rican male babe. What I know you. I'm sorry, I called your name. Anyway,
it's fine.
But
if this was a drinking game, I wouldn't be making your ass drink.
Oh shit! But see, here's the thing. Like, I understand what you're saying, but like, if we go to Africa, they dress like that.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying like, with the butt. I don't think we finna go to Africa and we finna see anybody with their butt cheeks hanging out.
Hanging.
What you mean? What you mean?
Grocery store?
I don't know. I never been to
grocery store or.
Are you serious?
No, not.
No,
Walmart. Grocery store. A couple years ago, it was that girl. It was that woman. She went to a kid's graduation, her son's graduation, and she had on like these booty shorts. Y'all remember that?
They were talking about Toni Braxton going to her son's graduation wearing something provocative,
stuff like that.
But what I'm saying, Africa,
right.
They're not. I think the difference is that United States over sexualizes women anyway. Africa don't over sexualize their women, like
because they respect their women a little bit.
They respect their women for sure.
They respect themselves.
For sure.
That's true. Yeah. They hold strong in their traditions for sure. Shout out to all my Nigerian people on Facebook. One day I might see y'all in Lagos, but not right now. Okay, so we're gonna be moving right along and to our next question. And the next question is, what are some ways that a man invests in a woman?
Who do you want to start with?
So if anybody in the chat has any ways that a man invests in a woman, some examples would be her physical, or he can invest in her business-wise. He can invest into her finances. He can invest into her lifestyle. He can invest into her beauty. He can invest into her spirituality. And he can invest into her children. What is the greatest investment out of all those?
That's
what were the options?
It's a bunch of. He can invest pretty much into any aspect of a woman, I guess.
So a man that brings a certain level of infrastructure into a woman's life is a great investment. You know what I'm saying? Like when he brings the settling, because I feel like if a man comes into a woman's life and he brings peace and he shows love, I mean, I'm talking about a real man now, like a real man.
What's a real man?
Like a real man comes into your life and brings peace. You know what I mean? Brings a level of joy in your life. He knows how to listen. He knows how to listen to understand, not listen to respond. Like all the things. I think all those other things come into play. You know what I'm saying? I think when a man, it's just because when we talk about money, because it's like he bring money, but what about the lack of this? You know what I'm saying? But I think the greatest investment is when he brings infrastructure into your life. You know what I'm saying? Like that lets you have your soft girl era, your soft girl, you know what I mean? Where you with your man, you can turn your brain off because he got it. You know what I'm saying? When he
Oh
brings
yeah.
that level of infrastructure in your life where you're able to do that, I think that's a great investment overall. And all those other things just come into play because he got it. You know what I'm saying? So if we narrowed it down like to just one of those things, I think that's where we mess up because we're gonna miss something. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, structure period is definitely a good investment from a man to give to a woman. Miss Melbay, what do you think is a good one of the best investments that a man could or one of the best ways a man can invest in a woman?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I will say that different folks for different strokes.
Different
For sure.
strokes for different folks.
I find that
Stroke
like
and sister.
entrepreneurs or businessmen, they usually, they'll try to help you like if you have a business, they try to invest just like knowledge, creativity, money. Um, I've I've
Patience.
I've known like friends who were in relationships or dealing with someone who's like a businessman, and that's what they had to offer. The businessmen kind of push a business. Um,
Oh, shit.
but
I'm not
besides
picking that sister.
that, I don't know. I would just say maybe just time and time, energy, and knowledge. I would say because
Ooh.
it's not necessarily um, it's definitely not a financial thing. But if you can teach me something that I don't know, if you could I mean even with just knowledge, putting they can help you get yourself into a better position, or if you're a family or
Hmm.
together, you can work on that together. So time, energy, and
Yeah.
knowledge, I would say, is the best way that a man can invest in you.
Wow, that was definitely something
Yeah. So
new and unique. That was something that I definitely did not
I
have on
had to
my
think
list of
about that
stuff
one.
for
I did
sure.
have to think about.
Yeah, I feel like when you take time to think about those things, you come to a better, final solution. But
Yeah. What do you think?
yeah, I just think men can invest so many things into a woman, but it just I guess it just depends on what kind of guy that they're going to offer a different kind of value. Um, but for me in my personal life, like my brother, he invests like information, knowledge, protection. Um, Other guys, they offer me knowledge, protection, wisdom, information, valuable information about the opposite sex because I don't be knowing about guys 100%. Um, of course, finances, business. They also invest into me pleasure,
All right
provide
now.
pleasure. Okay, yeah, pleasure. Splendid pleasure.
I
Splendid
wanna
pleasure.
take you
Lots
down.
of
All right.
pleasure. Right. So that's a pretty good that's a pretty heavy investment
One of the
too. That
great
shit was
things a
that's
man can bring is patience.
um did a man teach did a man teach you patience, Tanya or Melbay? I feel like
No, I feel like
my
I've
daughter,
had patience. I've had patience. Um,
my God, have patience.
What?
You
no,
need
I'll be
to
patient. I'll be very
quit. You
patient.
need to
Who?
stop
I'll be
Who
very
got
quitting.
patience?
patient.
Who got patience?
Now,
I got
shit,
patience. I'll be
now.
patient.
You be patient.
Shit.
I be patient with a nigga. Yes, I do.
Nigga, please.
But
Yeah, my daughter
motherfuckers
taught
be
me
trying to take it too far.
Preach,
Yeah.
girl, because they showed you. You got to put them in their place when they want to take it too far.
One of the great things a man can bring is patience. I don't agree with that one. Me personally.
Wait. She's wait. Who wrote that?
But that's their comment, though. I mean,
Devon said.
Devon Moore.
Patience for
I think
y'all.
one of the greatest things is a man can bring is patience.
Yes.
And
that's a good.
Yes, but I feel like in all honesty, a man did not teach me patience. It was my children taught me. Those bastards taught me patience.
Oh, we're talking about teaching. Okay.
Well, no, just patience in general. I feel like when I see that a man, one of the greatest things a man can bring is patience. I mean, yes, being patient with us is nice, but like
he's teaching us patience, though.
I feel like is
a man teaching
can bring? Well, it's not. He says is bringing patience. So does that mean that the man is just coming in and wait, being patient with us with whatever that we may need to work on in life? That's how I take it.
No, if I'm saying that I'm bringing patience to the table, is meaning that,
okay.
And I don't know if Devon this is what he means, but if I'm saying that, I'm saying like, okay, if I know that, my lady she likes to talk about her day, right, after work, right. I bring this certain level of patience where even when I don't want to hear it, I'm patient and let her talk because she confides in me and I'm her confidant and she wants to talk to her best friend. You feel me? So I'm bringing patience because some men aren't like that. Some men is like, babe, I don't want to talk to you right now. Like I've been working all day. My patience level is more so like I want to sit back and I'm gonna listen to my lady even if I don't necessarily want to hear it today about her day. You know what I'm saying? That's what if I'm saying it, that's what I'm saying. That I'm bringing patience. Not necessarily and I have patience for you, meaning that whatever's going on, like, and when you're upset, I'm having patience to listen as to why you're upset. You know what I mean? And understand so I can be better and let's work on it. That's what I'm saying if I say that. You know what I mean? So I don't know what Devon is saying.
Okay, I can see that. You're saying being teaching patience with like relationship wise.
Yeah.
Like you guys working on being patient together and therefore, building that patience by him.
I feel like that works both ways. That's why I'm like, bring patience. It kind of works because in a relationship, both partners need patience. So I don't know.
Yeah, but we set the tone of the relationship.
Men definitely set the tone of the relationship. So
if we're patient,
that's why
it'll make you want to be patient. You know what I mean? Like if I'm patient with you and you see that I'm patient with you and it's evident that I'm patient with you, it will, if you love me, it will make you want to be patient with me. So if you're not patient, this is how I'm teaching you. This is how I'm teaching you patience by showing it, being an example, and you being patient with me. You know what I'm saying? So we setting the tone.
All right. Well, we are going to be moving on to our next topic, and it is a little new segment we got going on here with Mrs. Melbay. It is our PPP, and our PPP stands for PuertoRicanPecan Pollz. So she did a poll on Instagram the other day from our last episode, and go ahead, Melbay, I'll let you explain.
Yeah, so basically, per our last show, we went over, what's natural and what's not natural on a female, including surgery, BBL, veneers, nails, weave, basically everything that is an addition or enhancement that you basically you weren't born with. Anything you weren't born with, including, like we said, nails. We we got responses from over 3,000 people.
3,000,
Over
y'all.
3,000 people participated, or approximately 3,000 participated in our poll. And the vote was unanimous that men prefer 97% of men voted natural. They prefer a natural woman, no enhancements. Now that means no nails, no weave. Makeup might have been on there. I can't really see. I don't know if I include that. No makeup.
Yeah, makeup's on there.
Straight up, you were born this way. Okay, that's natural. Born that way. 97% of men said that they prefer a natural woman, and 3% said they prefer an enhanced woman. Somebody did mention that we should have had one where it's both, and I did have a couple comments, messages to me directly that said that they prefer both, like a little bit of each. So, and I think that maybe we would have had more men that preferred both if I would have left that as an option, because I do not believe that I don't believe it. I think that if men got a natural woman, completely natural, well, I mean, men do get completely natural women. But
No, I agree with you. I think that poll, these fools is out here lying.
Yeah.
Because look at the girls that you be seeing these guys going after. You be seeing these guys going after girls. They ain't going after for these stick figure natural girls. They're going after these over shapely looking like dinosaurs and shit like that, wearing diapers and stuff. Natural is always better. Shout out to you, Troy. Thanks for tuning in. Natural is better, but we got Kay from the Hell Yeah We Want to Know podcast. Shout out to you, Kay. And yeah, Kay, I know. I don't know what's going on. I thought I had all the settings fixed, but for some reason, when I went on Facebook, it's on lock. So they're just going to have to get this shit after we're done recording. So yeah, but thanks for tuning in, Kay. Thank you for your input. All right, y'all.
Chuck, what did you think?
Yeah, Chuck, what do you think? What you got to say about the naturals and the BBLs? And
well, here's the thing. I prefer natural.
A short time ago, the U.S. military.
Oops, sorry, y'all. My bad.
I prefer natural. But when you said both, it was crazy because I was thinking, I said, well, if a woman has bad teeth or something and she wants to get her teeth done, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. As far as like the BBLs and getting you just looking like weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool on that. Like, I do like the natural look on a woman for sure. Like, my mother rarely wore makeup and she's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So I do like the less makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that natural hair, all of that. You know, but some of the
Chuck, can I ask you a question?
Some of the men are crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever cheated on anybody you dated?
Yeah.
The kind of girl that you cheated on that person with, was it a girl who? What kind of girl was she? Was she different than the girl that you were dating, or?
She was different in the aspect of how she treated me. It wasn't like physically, like.
So looks had nothing to do with it.
No, because it was the. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The person I was with looked better than her. It was the way she was treating me that made me like her. She wasn't ugly or nothing, but it was just the one I was with looked better. I'm different. Don't worry about it. I'm a different person. I'm a different type of guy. I'm a different type of guy, man. It ain't even. I understand where you was going. I felt that. I felt it.
I'm gonna say I just know some guys usually, the look. Guys are usually don't cheat for emotional. That seemed like an emotional reason to step out. And that's just like you said, that's not a typical thing. So that's I just say most guys are physical cheaters. So.
You're right. I knew exactly where you were going. I know what's about to happen.
Ah! Don't try to fucking sidebar me on a goddamn show, okay, Chuck? Goddamn it, y'all. We run things around here. Shy City. Shy freaking city. Okay. I gotta go get the because I don't know what happened to all the before and afters. But I got all the before and afters
I don't know
of
what happened.
the women with the surgeries. So we just wanted to shed some light that women are out here and they out here on a drastic level.
Hold on. Can you go back to the first slide?
Yeah, go back to the first one.
Y'all love SZA, huh?
Yeah, let's be honest here. Let's be honest here, Chuck. The then or the now, SZA, which one?
I want the then. What you mean?
You want the thin now, so you want the thin over the right now.
This is why I was looking at. I was tripping. I'm like, yo, I like the then. The now is cool. Don't get me wrong. SZA could get it, but I'm saying the then though. She looked beautiful. I don't understand.
I'm taking the now.
I'm taking the then for sure. If I see the then on the street, I'm trying to J down on her. I ain't even gonna hold you.
I think some women, they just go overboard with the surgery, and she's one of them for sure. Most women go overboard. Most women in this Hollywood industry, they go overboard with it. But some women, they are fine. But I mean, she looking popped. I'm not gonna lie, she popped.
Yeah,
the thin picture, she popped.
Right
she
was looking bad.
Like you ain't stopping. You're not rubbernecking that girl. You know what I'm saying? You're not like gonna break your fucking neck to look at that girl.
Now the now version, you
right? Like the now version, you might give her a second glance. Yeah. You know, you might be like,
"Dang." Give her a second glance.
The
now version, you definitely would give her a second. I would give her a second glance, and I don't like women.
All right, I'm not giving her as a second glance. Women ain't that bad to me. All right, we got Beyonce. People say Beyonce didn't get no work done, y'all.
They're lying.
She looks more and more European every single fucking day.
She definitely got some work done.
I think her work looks great though. It looks more natural, but a lot of women have had work done and it looks natural, so you don't know.
They say that facelifts are the #1 cosmetic surgery next to like a physical BBL or whatever like that. They also say that on average, women spend about $100,000 on a typical facelift in Hollywood. Regular women like ourselves will spend $50,000 to $30,000 on facelifts. All right, we got the family who made surgery all right, acceptable, and fashionable. The Kardashians. We got the most popped Kardashians here. Fucking Pop Diesel. These bad. Look at this. We got Khloe. She looked like an ogre before. Both these girls look like they were on. No.
Yeah, if it wasn't for surgery, surgery helped them out. Yeah. What'd you think, Chuck?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. That's what it is. They was in Lord of the Rings.
See,
that's what it was. Spiegel.
I don't like it.
Lord.
It's
wait, Chuck. Are you you hitting the better looking versions of both these women?
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, for sure. But they just don't look great before.
Kylie had the greatest one. I agree. Kylie definitely had the greatest one.
She had the biggest.
You talking about face surgery?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait a second though, because no, we got more. We got more people. People have tore up their goddamn faces, y'all. That's just I just feel like they the most famous. So now we got our Korean people. Korean people are the leaders of plastic surgery. It is the plastic surgery capital of the world.
Wow.
On average, last year, they said it was over 80,000 Korean women who had got some type of cosmetic plastic surgery.
Oh, she needed it. She
So
needed that.
we're bad,
She needed that.
but they're worse.
Oh,
You
the
said she needed
Claremont
that?
She needed that.
twins. Woo.
Oh, everybody knows who these broads are. This is definitely when surgery is taken too far, because they wasn't cute before, but then they got cute over there.
Yeah, I would say
with the blue top
they were just
string.
average. They wasn't ugly. They was just, average. And I mean, now they're just weird looking.
Yeah, like why? I just feel like all the surgeries make everybody look the same.
But
So, but they are an extreme case of just not even being that famous. And yeah, easy Chuck.
Oh, God.
Okay, we got Glorilla.
Oh.
Oh shit. Well, that was the end of that.
Can you go back to that one?
That's cool. Right. Let me see. Okay, perfect. Okay. Yes, we got Glorilla. Glorilla was ugly. And I hate that people be like, oh, go Glow.
It's up. I don't see anything.
Glow.
You don't see nothing?
Glorilla looked like Steve and Regina from the Steve Harvey show if they had a baby.
I know JT, she looked awful.
JT was pop for show.
I can't see any other pictures anymore, but whatever. Oh, I can
You can't
see it
see
now. I
nothing?
can see it now. Okay, let me just.
Okay, I was gonna say, what the fuck happened?
Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj.
She
Yeah,
looked
okay,
good.
all right. I was hoping we could get a body shot. Okay, Chuck. Nicki Minaj. Before or
Nicki Minaj is the worst one?
No, I want to know. You hitting before or after?
I'm hitting after. She
Why?
needed it though. She needed it.
Really?
What do you mean?
Damn.
What do y'all mean?
Exactly.
Because we talk about it compared to SZA. I like SZA what she looked like. Is what I'm trying to say. I like that. These women, they need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense. I say this respectfully. They did it. It's cool. That's their business. But I'm saying, like, Nicki Minaj was like, she like a boy.
You said Nicki looked like a boy? Nicki had to blossom into a woman. Yeah, definitely. Women be going overboard for sure. So.
Well.
Well, Chuck, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Let me get these hookers off the screen.
I just want to let y'all know online, if there's any men watching, that it's Game 7 of the NBA Finals right now. And I'm on here with them because there's love here, okay? But the game is on right here, by the way. It's right there, but I'm on here with you guys. Let's go OKC. All right, what's your question?
Yeah, shout out to the NBA Finals and shout out to the men that are double fisting it. You're watching this and you're watching the NBA Finals. We appreciate your support. Holla at your girl. After the game, holla at your girl. Okay. Anyway,
thank you, Vanessa.
Chalk. There you go, Vanessa. Shout out, girl. Shout out. Do men invest into children that are not their own?
Excuse me.
Well, in that case,
right. I didn't know this was what we were team effort, y'all.
Do men invest in children that are not their own?
Would you invest in? Let's start with you. You're in the hot seat, mother.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's go.
All right. Would you invest into a child that's not your own, or have you invested into children that are not your own?
Number one, would I invest? Yes. If we are locked in, I'm investing. If we're not locked in, I'm not. I'm not investing in your child. We're not locked in. I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. You feel me? Secondly, have I? Absolutely. I've absolutely invested in a child that was not mine, whether it was, taking him to school or getting him something to eat or whatever the case is. I invested in some type of way where he felt my presence. Yes.
So do you think in general, you're speaking on behalf of most men, unless we got some men in the comments who want to comment on this. Do you think most men in general will or are willing to invest in children that are not their own?
Yes, but I also think that they invest. Every investment is not created equal. Meaning that there are some men that will invest for the wrong reasons because they just trying to get you to bust it open, right? Which is bad. And then you have men that will do it genuinely with no strings attached, and that's good. So be careful, women, and keep your head on a swivel for the man that's trying to invest in your child. All right, because it might be a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yep, and
Ooh.
I know he's not talking about this at well. I don't think you are, but also there are also a lot.
No one specific, Tanya.
I know, right? I know there are a lot of men. They say some men will weirdos. Some men invest in women and their children who are pedophiles and try to get after.
I hope we don't get canceled for you saying that goddamn word. They are PDF files, Microsoft 360.
Wow.
I don't know if we can say that on YouTube. I think there's like YouTube guidelines that be like, you can't say that, but we about to find out.
Okay.
The word pedophile is being flattened. I said it again.
Didn't I just say
PDF files?
a PDF file, Microsoft 360. God damn it.
Yeah. So they say that some men target single women with daughters or just younger children, and they target them and they try to see if there's a man in the home, and then so they can get close to the child. That is a thing. I know that's totally off topic, but back.
Nope, that's a bad investment. True. That's right on topic.
It's true.
So yeah, definitely single ladies, keep your head on a swivel for that, single mothers. But also I think that men invest definitely when they are really interested in the woman and interested in being with the woman. And so I just feel like it depends on a man's level of effort to get with you too. For whatever reason, but eventually I think those reasons show.
The proof of desire is in the pursuit.
Yeah, they do eventually show whatever reasons they may be. And I feel like it's a red flag if you're serious with somebody. If you're serious with them and they don't invest in your child, I also think that that's a red flag, because men do that.
That is definitely a red flag. So it's definitely a red flag when that woman has children, that woman's out there doing what she's got to do to take care of those kids, raise those kids, and you don't want to even acknowledge the fact that she has those kids. That is a fucking burning red flag.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. A big time red flag. Like, get out of there.
But it happens all the time. It happens all the time.
You got to get out of there.
I think on average, men do invest into other children that's not their own. I feel like we need to do a shout out to all the coaches out there who are stepping in and providing solidarity and masculinity to boys who come from homes who don't have that. Even if they come from homes that they do have their father, sometimes they don't come from a more masculine father. So it's definitely good to have people who step up in the community to do those things. Shout out to all the male teachers and all the male doctors who are setting an example that you're able to study hard within the books and stay out the street and be rewarded with coming back to your community. And also shout out to all the original gangsters out there who originally their mission was to provide safety for the community and protecting all the children and making sure that the children were their priority. So
Shout out to the good fathers out there as well.
yeah, we're in there this life actively. Yep. We out here loving men. We out here.
Shout out to you.
Yeah,
Shout out to you,
you.
Doug. I don't know if you want me to know you had kids, so I just said the
Oh yeah,
fathers.
I got one
the
son.
fathers.
I love him to life. That's my boy.
Oh
Yes,
shit.
and shout out
Okay.
to all the fathers. Shout out specifically to all the Black fathers. We love you and appreciate you.
Yes, and also for redefining the Black narrative that Black fathers do not exist in the household. I was just watching on YouTube that they were saying that Black fathers are the number one fathers that actually invest the most into their children. So they invest the most into their children financially, physically, and time-wise. So shout out to all the present fathers that's in their children's lives active. You guys are breaking the narrative.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yeah. All right. So lastly, we are already over time, but we're going to just do this last one because it's very important about what's going on. Let me share this comment real quick, though, because he had a lot to say. It says some men be trying to trick off on the kid just so they can get what they want from a woman, because as soon as she sees a man doing for her child, she might feel entitled to give it up. And that is 100% true. And you just got to keep your eye out for the snakes. Right now, before I click on this video and it's going to pop on the screen, it is our dear President Trump who is addressing the ongoing war that we are facing, the predictability of World War III with Iran and Israel. I'm going to just share a little clip.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli.
All right. I'm just going to stop right there so I can do a little explanation. I'm going to get this off the screen real quick. So pretty much what?
My ponytail, bro. What, rubber band?
It's because we're talking about war, girl. You about to have to get dirty. About to have to get a little crazy. We often have to be out here. President Trump was pretty much talking about how he allowed some of American air pilots to go and destroy some of Iran's nuclear facilities. He allowed it to happen, and he said that they obliterated them. And he claimed that it was a threat because that Iran cannot have nuclear capabilities. It's a threat to our safety. It's a threat to Israel and everything that's in between. So America has definitely got involved in this war, for sure. Originally, we were not supposed to be involved in this war. It was just supposed to be something that was fought between Israel and Iran. But for some reason, Israel is provoking Iran, and Iran is having threats of nuclear attacks, even though Iran does not have nuclear weapons or nuclear capabilities. What do you guys feel about this whole idea of us going to war because of Iran and Israel? Let's be very clear. America will be going to war because of Iran and Israel. I just want people to know we yes, just one.
Well, so I watched that actual clip this morning, and Iran did technically they kind of threatened the United States. When they said for the United States not to like jump in or not to retaliate or not to do anything. I don't know exactly what Iran's message was, but it was a direct message, for the United States to stay out of it, or something. What happened if we didn't? Which you can't really, you can't threaten the United States like that, especially with a president like Trump. Especially maybe if it was Biden and they would have threatened the United States, they may not have gotten bombed. But Trump, I mean, like, like, so I think it's unfortunate though. I think it's fucked up. I think that are we in the first year with Trump? Are we still in the first year?
We are like in the first 150 something fucking days.
We're in the first 6 months. Maybe this is going on the second 6 months. The first half of the year.
Yeah.
And we are, yes, going to war. So
we are in war. We are in war.
Hold on to your panties. Hold on to your panties.
Oh shit. Yes. Yeah. Chuck, what you got to say? You got quiet as fuck on us. You got dark as hell. Your ass is stained out about this topic.
You feeling good?
I don't like this topic. Meaning that it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack, is what I'm trying to say. It's just a lot to unpack, man. I have a lot of thoughts about it. And Tanya, she know me, like I'm a biblical guy too. So I look at things a lot sometimes from a biblical standpoint, through a biblical lens.
Can we hear the biblical standpoint?
Well, it's just biblically we are in the end times, because it does say when the end is coming, you will hear wars and rumors of wars. And this is where we are. And I just was shaking my head like it's just, and it was that nations will be divided against itself. That's biblically what it says. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy to see certain things unfold like in front of your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Things I have read just over the course of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to this and I'm watching this unfold and I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. I don't have much to say about it because it's just a lot for me to unpack, and I don't really. I just, people be safe, man. I have a friend. I will say this though. I have a friend that's in the Army, and he can't give me, a lot of information because it's against the code or whatever. And but he did say, this is what he said. He said, stay safe. That's all he said. He said, just stay safe. That's all he could say. And I just said, man, so that's all I can say, man. That's all I'm going to say about that. For real.
Well, shout out to the I Snuck In Here podcast. He says, we have a problem with minding our own business, our own damn business, and it costs nothing to mind y'all business. Israel's always starting shit for some reason, and we're coming to help them.
Yeah.
I have so many things to say about Israel and the amount of money that we spend on wars fought overseas when they have nothing to do with war at all. So I agree. None of this stuff has nothing to do with war. I just feel like these people have been at it for such a long time, since the beginning of time. This is nothing really unique, but these people are fighting over something that's more older than territory, older than money, older than any fucking ancient artifact that they be discovering. This war is something that is going to continue to go on until the world is fucking destroyed. And if they're going to destroy this world now, I don't know. I believe in God too. I believe in God too. I'm a strong biblical person. I just know God is greater than any force that's out there.
Sure.
So if people thinking that we're going to go into nuclear war, they got something else coming. He says, get your gas tonight before the market opens up tomorrow. You ain't lying though. I did go get some gas because it was like 10 cents cheaper.
Me too.
You never know where you might have to motherfucking just dip. But I will say this too, even though God is in control of everything and he will protect what he feels like needs to protect, you have to be smart enough to protect yourself. So make sure you guys have all the equipment that you need. Make sure that you guys got food, shelter, and a evacuation plan, especially if you're in a bigger city like Chicago, Charlotte. Make sure you guys got an evacuation plan just in case, you know, you got to get the fuck out of there.
I think majority of Americans, are fucked. We're fucked.
Ah! Why you say that?
If a bomb dropped, say not in your city, but you know, I guess further enough where you survived, but nobody could get in and out of the area that you're living in, or the city that you're living in. We would get to looting. Obviously, people would get to robbing, going to people's houses.
Oh, we doing that shit. We clicking up.
But as far as going to the store to get things, I think at that point where it happened, you better be strapped up, basically, or you're not gonna have shit, and you're gonna need it, and you're gonna get robbed probably. I think if it came down to it,
you're gonna get robbed probably. Motherfuckers are going to be killing shit for sure. It's gonna be like Walking Dead.
I have a case of water. I have a case of water. I have a 40-pack of water. If the bomb hit today, I have a 40-pack of water, and I have.
Girl, you're going to survive for like less than a week with that much water. I just want you to know.
I was just thinking, I said that's about a week.
We are coming to save you, Melvin. We are coming to save you. Your girl.
I got the Jeep though. I can drive.
So you gonna have to drive, but you gonna get girl and fucking. You better hope they don't blow out the bridges, because if they start blowing out bridges,
are gonna be fucked up. I mean, I'm gonna have to come to somebody's house.
Just come here before they start blowing up those fucking bridges, girl. Because once they blow up these bridges, we're all stuck where we are. We're all stuck.
Yeah, but I did watch a video about surviving a nuclear blast.
I did too.
That was crazy.
It's definitely crazy.
Keep your mouth open for the first 10 seconds, but like if you're outside or in the pad, but you're not gonna know. Oh, the wave is coming. Let me open my mouth for 10 seconds. Let me take off all my clothes before I go in the house to avoid contamination and all that. We're fucked.
We about to go into. It's about to be like The Walking Dead.
It's definitely gonna be like The Walking Dead, and guess what? I'm Team Negan all the fucking
Negan
way.
Is my
so
boy.
If you want to come out here,
Negan.
You want to come out here and play, then you will die. I'm not risking shit. You better you see my ass. You see me and my crew. You better fucking it's kill or be killed.
Negan
straight up.
Is my boy, you so right.
Negan is what is up. Oh, stay in your lane. Oh, he just says, just stay prayed up. And honestly, God is the only thing that's going to really protect us in this. God makes miracles happen for sure. God has presented things to certain people and given them certain knowledge. So I just pray that I'm divinely close enough to God where God could just guide me to where I need to be without me having to resort to violence. But I will kill. Oh, don't even look at me wrong when you come to my hood. Ain't nothing.
You know, on the other hand, I don't know. You know, they say the U.S. has a really good. They say the U.S. has the most. I think nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons. Yep. Yeah. So
we have the most for sure. Just so everybody knows, Iran does not have any nuclear weapons. They do not have nuclear
See, but I feel like
capability.
how do we actually know
There's
that?
so many tests that you have to go to, and that they are within like the different federations within the countries and stuff like that. They monitor active uranium, which is like what's found to make these nuclear nukes. Now they have to really watch Iran because they mine the most uranium. So they make them go through astronomical tests, test how much uranium they're using, how they're using it, making sure it's for the greater good of humanity, or if they're using it for weapons testing or whatever like that. So there's extensive programs that Iran has to go to. Now, could Iran be in the basement somewhere making nukes? Hell yeah. They out there doing that shit. But nobody said nothing about the Germans doing that shit. Nobody said nothing about the Ukrainians doing that shit. Nobody says nothing about North Korea or fucking China doing that shit. Because we all know that everybody's got some type of experiments going underneath the table.
Sure.
Yeah.
So stay prayed up, y'all. Absolutely stay prayed up. Thank you, stay in your lane. Thank you for watching. And yes, Vanessa, trust the hand of our Almighty God. All right, y'all. We're going to wrap this episode up. I see that we didn't have no phone calls today. I am so hurt. So hurt. Maybe next time y'all want to fuck with a whoopty, y'all can call in. But thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Chuck, where can people find you, our special guest?
You can find me on IG, charlesellington.gc.
On all platforms?
All platforms, yep.
You might have said that. I'm just like zoning out here a little bit. Shit. Mel Bay, go ahead. And you got anything last minute that you like to say?
Nothing last minute, but again, you can find me exclusively at PuertoRicanPecan. It is below, or was below, or Mel Bay. If you search that, you should be able to find me. And on YouTube at Blue Collar Babes.
Yes. And you have me, I'm ChimarraAli with the Sistory Healinghood. You guys can follow me on Facebook and go to YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe. Over there, we're talking about some tarot cards. I'm doing tarot readings right now for free. So if you're interested, just hit me up. You can hit me up on Facebook or on YouTube. Also, you can follow me, ChimarraAli, on IG. And make sure you guys go to sistoryhealinghood.org and book you guys some services over there. Thank you guys for tuning in to Blue Collar Babes. We're here on YouTube, and we're also showing on Facebook, but we're not showing on Facebook right now. But we will be here soon. And you guys have a wonderful night. Stay prayed up. And thank you. Bye.
Later.